Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And today I want to talk about something that I thought might be really cool. So somebody on the Mygnrforums was able to dig up a Spin magazine from like 1989 to like the mid 90s. And Spin magazine used to do a readers poll about, the best albums of the year, the most overrated bands, the best dressed, the worst dressed. And it's cool to see how fans' opinions of Guns N' Roses really evolved from the late 80s to the mid 90s. Now this is from 1989, and Guns N' Roses were, at their peak popularity. People were clamoring for a new album. GNR Lies had just come out, and the best album of all time, Appetite for Destruction, was ranked number 7th on the list, and Axl Rose was ranked number 10th on the best dressed dude in music list as well. However, Guns N' Roses also made the most overrated list, along with U2, The Grateful Dead, Bon Jovi, Michael Jackson, The Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Bruce Springsteen, and the Rolling Stones. Oddly enough, on the same issue, Axl Rose made the worst dressed dude in music. He was number 5. Michael Jackson was number 1. The most dateable dude in music, Axl, was number 5 on the list, and the best cover song of all time, Guns N' Roses ranked as number 7th with Knocking on Heaven's Door. Although this list is kind of weird, I'm guessing most people are basing that on the 1988 Ritz show, because I don't believe Heaven's Door was ever released in 1989. It didn't happen until 1990 when Days of Thunder came out. And Sweet Child of Mine made the best video list. It was number 5, but it also made the worst video list as well, so a lot of people split on that video. And Guns N' Roses were ranked the number 1 most decadent band in 1989. Some of the other people on the list included the Sex Pistols, the Stones, Led Zeppelin, the Replacements, Motley Crue, Poison, the Butthole Surfers, and the Dead Kennedys. And like I said earlier, Sweet Child of Mine also made the worst video list. It would rank number 6th. So fast forward to 1991. 1991 was all about grunge. That's when the grunge explosion was really happening. But Guns N' Roses did make some of the lists on Spin Magazine's reader polls. So for Best Album, Use Your Illusion 2 made it on there. They ranked with 9.8% of people thought it was the best album, while number 1 was Nevermind with almost 38%. Also on the 1991 list that Guns N' Roses made was the biggest celebrity sellout. So Guns N' Roses were 4th on the list. 9% of readers thought they were the biggest sellout, with MC Hammer being the first. Fast forward a couple of years to 1993, Guns N' Roses once again make the list as the biggest sellout. They were number 4 on the list, with U2 being number 1. Chili Peppers and Metallica were also ahead of Guns N' Roses. Also included as part of the 1993 list were the best 100 songs of our time. Number 1 was Black by Pearl Jam, which I was kind of surprised about. Welcome to the Jungle made the list as number 40, and November Rain was ranked as number 63rd. Guns N' Roses unfortunately didn't make any other lists in 1993. So for 1994, a lot of people at that point didn't really think Guns N' Roses were a really cool band. So on the list, which band should break up now, Guns N' Roses ranked first. And Axl Rose was ranked as the number 1 guy who should be caned. However, Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam also made the list. Also included on the 1994 list was things that fans wanted to see in 1995, or predictions, and one of the predictions was that Guns N' Roses would have a really bad year in 1995, which was pretty much the case. They also made the list of the artist or band you never want to hear again from 1995, and Guns N' Roses ranked 4th, but Pearl Jam was also on that list. Now, it's important to know that Spin Magazine wasn't really a pro-Guns N' Roses magazine in the 90s. It really was a magazine that was influential in helping Guns N' Roses out at the very beginning of their careers. But, once Get in the Ring came out on Use Your Illusion 2, there was a whole lot of animosity between Guns N' Roses and Spin Magazine. However, in 2002, they did claim, or they did say, that Appetite for Destruction was the best metal album of all time. So that does it for this episode of Guns N' Roses True Story. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know your comments in the section below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button if you love GNR. Take care.